I love Hosier with all of it. I don't know a word he's saying.
Yeah, it's quite good. We better do the clap to sync the
Sorry. He was licking and
Anyway.
I gotta get in that action.
Here we go. Oh yeah. So you can see Shy. 3, 2, 1. It'll work.
It'll do.
Welcome everyone to
Hello.
episode 4 of Logged In Spaced Out podcast. I'm your host Caleb. We've never said our names.
Oh, I thought you were just saying you
My
were the
name's
host.
no. Well, I'm one of the hosts. I'm Caleb, and that's Grace, my sister. Let's talk about Well, first things first. We just hit 50 views, so thank you guys so much for checking out our content and enjoying it. So, if you guys continue to like what you see, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and give us a like. It really, really helps out.
Hit that thumbs up button. It will make my day.
We got a comment here. We mentioned on a last episode, or I think last episode, that we were going to talk about VeggieTales at some point. Oh.
Did you see that? He tried to hit my hand.
You got to just like throw them.
Censor
Well,
that,
don't-
Shy. I'm a child of Jesus.
YouTube demonetizes all swearing now. Which I get, but like,
Replace it with that donk sound.
yeah, or the dong. That's a good one.
I love it. I also have a slushie. And a paper straw, so I'm eating it with a spoon.
Yeah, today's the perfect day for Slurpees. It's currently snowing here in Calgary.
Mine
That's
is
where we're
10.
from, is Calgary, the place where The Last of Us was filmed. If
Yeah.
you guys cared.
If you, even gave a crap.
We mentioned we're going to talk about VeggieTales this episode, so we're going to lead off with that. So, what's your favorite VeggieTales episode and why?
Okay. I have thought about it, like a little bit.
Since this morning.
Since like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I have a list of all of them kind of pulled up here. Girl,
Just let the cat be.
there's different ones that I like for different reasons. He's right. Don't knock it over, bro.
Gandalf. Alright, hold on. An intervention is coming.
We tried our unofficial mascot.
Yeah, my cat, who's very mean. Look in the camera, boy. Ow!
Okay. I think I'm gonna say Jonah.
That's a really good one.
It's so good. It's got it. It may have cost
Big idea.
that. I was just in big productions, and I'm like, that's not correct.
No.
May have cost them their entire life savings, but it's so good.
Worth every penny.
It's so like, it's a perfect collection of the humor that VeggieTales has, which is just like, it goes over kids' heads so fast.
Oh yeah. It's beautiful. If you haven't seen like any VeggieTales content,
You are
check them out.
missing out. You need to,
You don't even need to be a Christian to enjoy it. They're awesome.
It's also like, it's got Khalil.
Khalil is awesome.
So cool.
He's a caterpillar in the VeggieTales universe. What?
Yes.
I love it.
I feel like he's one of, if not the only non-vegetable.
The penguins. Well, I guess that's like a whole nother universe. Does
I
it take
think-
place in the same universe?
Well, because there were those ads that were like, Bob, they've got arms. arms and it like it's freaking him out.
We'll talk about 321 Penguins later.
That's another really great thing to watch. But it also has an amazing soundtrack. Like some of those
Might be
songs,
the best VeggieTales soundtrack.
Second Chances goes so hard. I think I talked about it in the in that episode that we brought it up. But it's like that song is in my playlists. Like I listen to it. Like,
Fucking
it's
Chad
so,
Asparagus
dude,
coming
it's
in.
It's so awesome. I do also really like the Pirates That Don't Do Anything.
I love their little theme song.
It's really good. And like the story of it. One that I forgot about that I actually really enjoyed was Beauty and the Beat, which
Like
not
the Justin Bieber song.
yeah, not the
But, like,
Justin
beat as in, like,
Bieber
the root
featuring
vegetable.
the Queen Nicki Minaj song, but the veggies. I like it's like not Beauty and the Beast, but it's like it's got the same idea.
I get you.
But that beat, I was like, he's a grumpy old man, and then he turns into a little ray of sunshine, and that's one of my
Wow.
favorite pipelines. But I think overall, Jonah is up there.
Word.
Did you say word, bird?
No, word, twice. Bird. Bird is the word.
Like, where'd you get that from? What's yours?
My favorite VeggieTales movie definitely has to be, without a shadow of a doubt, Lord of the Beans,
Obvious.
which is shared by one of our first commenters, who also mentioned that their favorite episode is Lord of the Beans.
It's a good one.
It's, first of all, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. But as a kid,
old
I'd
nerd
seen
over here.
Lord of the Beans first.
Right.
Because I was a kid. And Lord of the Rings is just a little bit violent.
Did you know he broke his foot?
Yeah. But then I finally saw Lord of the Rings, became a huge fan, and then rewatched Lord of the Beans.
That
when I
was
like
a magical
16.
experience.
It made so much more sense. It was way funnier.
Yeah.
It was brilliant the whole way through, and pretty true to the overall story, considering
Eagles.
they pretty much fit 3 books worth of content into half an hour.
It's incredible.
That's amazing.
That's honestly
Peter Jackson couldn't even do that. So
so. No, that like, it's
goes crazy.
like as a kid I liked it. I was like, this is funny. I never understood the Elvish impersonator joke.
So funny.
It's hilarious.
One of the funniest silly songs with Larry of all
It's
time.
so good. That's exactly what Elvis sounds like to me.
Oh, my baby, yeah.
It's also really catchy.
It is super catchy because it's like basically to the exact beat of an Elvis song that already exists.
My mother's calling me.
We'll be right back after these messages.
With elevator music.
Well, here's question 2. What's your favorite silly song of all time?
Probably Pizza Angel. It's
So emotional.
so
Why?
it's so good.
It's
Like,
so
it's,
good.
Like too good for a song about pizza.
It's beautiful.
It's really
The
really
key change.
Dude, it gets me
at the
every
end,
time.
Come on.
It's hard having favorites with that though, because there's so many good ones. Yodeling Veterinarian of the Alps.
That's an underrated one. I feel like people don't talk about it enough.
Slept on for real.
It's hilarious.
So good. One of the newer ones, Pants.
Pants is quite good.
Your
It's
pants are short and shorts if you're tall.
you
It's
can wear them in spring. You might need to follow their pants if you're short and shorts if you're tall. Pants.
It's so funny.
It's great. I love VeggieTales.
I like
yeah.
there's put that on shuffle and I will just
It'll
sing
get
along.
my attention instantly.
Water Buffalo, the OG,
The first silly song
is
of all
so
time,
good.
still being talked about.
His head stuck through the door. Spilled some
Might be
lava
his number
beans on
one
the
hit.
floor.
For me, though, definitely the Cheeseburger song by Mr. Lund. That is my favorite
It's really good.
silly song. Man, it's so funny.
Like, how do you even think of that?
You just gotta love cheeseburgers. And I love cheeseburgers.
There's also some songs that are just in VeggieTales.
Now, Mother's calling me.
Why?
We'll be right back after these messages.
Put more messages, Shy. I might be getting ahead of myself, but eventually, I want to see how many times we forget the timer.
So far, it's been 4 episodes in a row. Each time we've forgotten the timer. Okay. So, yeah, well, I've now decided to try and lock Gandalf up, but he might
He has
escape.
been incarcerated.
Yeah,
Instead of evicted.
this episode's gonna be a little weird. Sorry, Shy in advance. The editing is gonna be a little more difficult than
Shout
usual.
out Shy.
Shout out our boy Shy.
That
Hey,
man has to deal with
He's
all
got a
of our
YouTube channel of his own. You can go find it in the description. I've linked it in every episode, but just go check it out. He makes some cool stuff.
Yeah.
So
What were we?
we were talking about the Cheeseburger song
Yes.
because it's my favorite silly song of all
It's
time.
So
I just think it's the greatest.
the fact that they're called silly songs and then just like are too good is
Yeah, they
hilarious.
slap every time.
They're
They-
so
they
good.
should be called slappy songs. Yeah.
This has been Slappy Songs with Larry.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Larry,
Yo,
who's your favorite character?
my favorite character in all of VeggieTales. I'll give you 3 guesses. I'll give you 3 guesses as to who's my favorite character in all of VeggieTales.
Khalil.
No,
Jimmy.
no. Mummies.
I
Well, when I was like really tiny, I used to call Jimmy Mummies.
forgot about
Yeah.
that. Is it Larry?
No.
Dang. Who's-
But I guess kind of, because it's Larry Boy. Larry
Oh,
Boy
God.
is my favorite
I get
character.
a half point.
Okay,
Larry
you're-
Boy is kind of epic.
I love Larry Boy. Out of sight, Vegemite. Come on, this. I love Veggie.
Great chocolate.
I almost called him Veggie Boy.
Veggie Boy.
Larry Boy.
It's Veggie Boy. The Larry Boy like episodes were really good. Like the room
They're some of the
movie,
best.
Even though that gave me nightmares as a kid.
Well, yeah,
That
they're.
was freaky.
I'm the robot weed.
So I actually really like the room weed.
It's
That's
a great
really
episode.
good one.
What about you, Grace? Who's your favorite character in all of VeggieTales?
As I get older, I think it's Bob.
Bob is very relatable.
So relatable. Like he's just
Just
so
a little bit
tired.
upset all the time.
Yeah. I do really like Madame Blueberry as well.
Madam Blueberry is also relatable. Just an anxiety-filled blueberry. Aren't we all?
Yes. But I think the most consistently Archibald. He's so British.
He's so British, and he's always got the jokes.
Does. And like he
People be
pulls out-
dunking on Archibald for some reason, like constantly.
Literally, the only slander I approve of is Junior slander.
I follow this Instagram called Junior's Hat, and it's just like every day they post like really funny VeggieTales memes. Keeps me alive a little bit.
I need hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some research. I need that.
Some of them are like, okay, you're like overprivileged. But then most of the time they're pretty good though.
I saw that there's like a Barbie movie coming out, right?
I kind of want to see it.
I also kind of want to see it. It looks really funny. But that meme that came out of it, the like, this Barbie is a this. John Cena posted one where it's just nothing. It's just this Barbie is John Cena. And I thought that was the funniest one. Like nothing tops that for me. Yeah, but I think like I also like Jerry.
Whoa. That was like a swing back. I thought we were done with the VeggieTales thing. Jerry is also a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Jerry's a gourd. Twin. Are they twins, Jimmy and Jerry? Or are they just brothers? Or are they cousins?
Cousins?
Wait, yeah. What's the relationship
between
Jimmy and Jerry?
Jimmy and Jerry. Jimmy and Jerry Gourd are brothers and two of the main characters of VeggieTales. Oh, the U.S.
Meet me in St. Louis, Louis. Meet me at the fair. I'll be in St. Louis, Louis. That was the first time they were introduced on the USS Apple Pies. Gandalf's back.
He can't be defeated. Anyway, yeah. I love that. It's great. It's a great time.
No matter what I do, Gandalf will return from any pit I throw him in. You know that song, The Cat Came Back? That was on like the Crayola CD?
I know the Crayola CD that you're talking about.
Well, there was like a bunch of discs of those.
Why
it was
did
like
we have
set.
Crayola CDs?
Well, they were full of like kids songs that were sung by like the Crayola kids.
Yeah, one of them being the Bear song, which I was always scared of as a kid. And then Gabe locked me in his room and forced me to listen to it while Elijah sat on me.
Oh, like the we can't go over it.
There's also the zucchinis in bikinis.
Yeah, there was like a big CD set. It wasn't just one CD.
There was like 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was at least 4. And it was just full of kids' songs.
But it had crayons on them.
Yeah. Well, they were the Crayola Kids. There was like a whole like TV show, I think.
There was?
Yeah. We didn't watch it. But that's where the thing came from. I'm pretty sure.
That would make sense.
Yeah, Crayola Kids.
There's this artist that I follow, Natrix, and she does really like detailed pieces, and she has a series of where she like makes kid shows if they weren't made for kids. And initially she would just do the pieces and then show it, and that was like the whole thing. But recently,
hello, Gandalf.
he's come to ruin it yet again.
Back on the show, the star of the show.
He's the real host. Recently, she's been kind of doing more, like almost like an animatic style where she like tells a story before she shows you the art piece. And it was the Wiggles, and it was like really cute, and like he's doing like all the wiggles, and then suddenly it like shifts to like a hospital, and it's like this one guy, he's like on oxygen, and his wife is sitting there, and he wakes up, and she's like, "You've been in a coma for months, like this is like you're finally awake," and he's like, "Where are the Wiggles?" And she's like, "What?" I have had nightmares about that intro, because then the Wiggles are standing in the corner and they're like, "We need you, come back." And
the Wiggles are just part of this guy's coma?
Yeah, dude.
Whoa. Is that like a fan theory?
It's just some animatic before a speed paint video.
Weird.
Oh.
People are very creative.
I'm like, and you got that out of the Wiggles.
I'll give you $2 if you can name all of the Wiggles.
They have names?
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
I've never watched the Wiggles.
Yeah, you have, but you were like 3.
Okay, then how do you expect me to name them? There's $2 on the line.
Yeah. Just give it your best. I don't know their names either. I'll have to look it up, but
So why would you give me $2?
just to see.
Oh. Daryl.
One down.
Trying to think of men's names, but it's gotta be like a little
They're
silly.
not men, they're Wiggles.
You're so right. I didn't consider that. Daryl. Karen.
Maybe. Hey, I don't know.
No. Daryl. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay. Daryl. Daryl, Frank, Peter, and Abbotsford.
Daryl, Frank, Peter, and Abbotsford. Abby for short. Let's,
Thinking of names is hard. I know the Teletubbies.
Everyone knows
That's
the
not an
Teletubbies.
accomplishment. I don't know why I said that so proudly.
Wiggles names.
Tinky Winky. If I get one of them right, I'll be very surprised.
So their names are just the names of the people that play them,
Bro.
which are Anthony, Greg, Simon, and I think John.
I was gonna say John, but I was like, that's too generic.
Well, there's like 12 different people that come up when I search up Wiggles names.
So there's an infinite amount
Well,
of
there's
names.
like a new wave of Wiggles that's happening with like new
Weird.
Wiggles.
The new Wiggles.
Wiggles is a strange time.
Yes.
Barney, that guy is in jail, I'm pretty sure. The original
Yep.
Barney guy.
That's
a good thing.
Was it true that he was hiding, like, drugs in his tail?
I don't know if that was true. I know he was being weird with kids. For sure.
Patrick Leach.
What a gross name, Patrick.
Who you calling, pinhead?
I say I'm Dirty Dan.
Okay, so there's two things here. Leach was arrested for shooting his neighbor.
That's some spicy meatballs.
Spicy meatballs.
I'm trying to use that instead of tea lately.
Tea. I still say tea.
It's awesome. It's the best one.
It's too good. Spicy meatballs is good, though.
It's
I
like
like
right
that.
there. I think it's number 2.
Police pursued Leach in his vehicle, eventually apprehending him, noting that he was wearing a bulletproof vest at the time of his arrest.
Underneath the Barney costume?
I don't think he was in the Barney costume at the time.
You'll never take me alive.
Come on, kids. Another reason Barney had to go to jail is that he is a drug addict. Once he was caught taking drugs in his Barney costume,
Whoa.
he was convicted of storing the cocaine in his purple tail.
Whoa, you were
He
right.
was accused of giving drugs to the children on the TV show.
That's
dark.
wild.
Rest in peace to any of those kids. I don't know if they died, but like
No,
still,
they're probably still alive.
they probably traumatized them. So rest in peace anyway. I also really like Super Y. I was just thinking about that for some reason.
Super Y is a pretty good kid show, not gonna lie.
There's a song. There's a song by Rick Astley.
Rick
Oh.
Astley does a song on Super Y?
No.
Oh. I was
You're
like, no way.
really? No.
But
But he has a song called Whenever You Need Somebody. And it sounds exactly like Super Y. And so, whenever you need somebody. It's like
All
so
right.
Super Y coded.
I like it.
It's really
I haven't
good.
thought about Super Y in a long time.
It was like all about reading, right? And like the big
Yeah.
guy was like, let's build words with like Bricks. Remember that like online game?
No. Some things yes, some things no.
Where like the Princess Purple Girl, like you like dressed her up with words.
That's her exact name.
Princess Purple Girl.
Yeah.
Do they have names?
Yeah,
Yes,
Super
they-
Y, Super How, Super When, and Super...
Who? What?
With.
Where? Why?
Wait.
Who? What? Where? When? Why? And how?
Man, Mom and I were trying to figure out where that was from, like, all day
Busy
during the
Town?
train. Yeah. So when we took Judah to the trains, recently I went to a train expo, and I took my mom and my youngest brother, who also loves trains, almost as much as I do. And
Trains.
Mom and I were trying to figure out, right at the start of our excursion,
Excursion.
I can't remember if she brought it up or I brought it up, but Busy Town popped into our heads, and literally for the rest of the day,
What is
we were
that?
like, "Where's that from? What's it called?"
Trying to
we,
think
we
of
figured
something
out that it was Richard Scarry. That's the name of the guy that like wrote the books. And then finally, right at the end of the day, I was like, I just looked it up. I was like, Busy Town.
Okay, so
Busy Town Mysteries.
there's a little bit of lore here.
Involving...
Super Y.
Oh, Super Y lore. Okay.
His name is Wyatt Beanstalk.
I knew his name was Wyatt for some reason.
That's.
I didn't know
I
his
didn't
last
know
name
it
was Beanstalk.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he had a last name.
Yeah, the fact that he has a last name is crazy to me. There's Alpha Pig.
Alpha Pig.
Wonder Red.
Wonder Red.
She's like that girl with the pigtails and she like scoots around and she's got a basket. It's literally
Cool.
Little Red Riding Hood, but she
Oh yeah, they're all like
yeah.
named after like fairy tale creatures.
Princess Presto, who's the
Princess Presto.
Princess Purple Girl.
Princess
Her-
Purple Go. Princess Purple Presto.
Purple and dispensary.
Purple Pesto. Purple Pesto.
Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol
Princess
slaps.
You going to jail? You going to jail?
Pepto-Bismol.
Sorry. Princess Bismol.
But her name is actually Princess P.
Oh,
Then there's Woofster, which is the dog.
there's a dog.
Apparently.
What the dog
Woofster
do?
the dog. No information. Under age, it says no information. That's such a weird way of saying it.
It's just a number.
That's weird. Yeah, and then they like fly into books, and they've got the super duper computer. When, you know, the little DSs that we had.
Oh, dude, they straight up did look like a DS. I remember now. It like
Yeah.
it would like
dude,
slide up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Every time.
I remember that.
There was one time where I went super duper computer with my DS, and Elijah cackled for like 20 minutes. And we did that every time we pulled out our DSs ever since. What is wrong with
Whipped out the super duper computer.
As you do. And then there was like a big, you could like, it was like a Switch port. Dude, the super duper computer was a DS and a Switch at the same time. It was ahead of its time. Because you would like put the little one in
They
the dock and then
invented
it
the
went
Switch.
to my brain is hurting.
The Switch leaked in Super Y, early 2008, unconfirmed.
With like the
It's
red
like some
circle
quick bait
Quick bait.
and me. Dude, you mentioned earlier the glory that is Yama Mama, or Mama Yama.
Mama Yama.
Dude, Mama Yama is a beautiful creation.
I
First of
love
all, I like love puppets. Like they're so magical to me.
Love it.
Like you know that there's a person under there like doing this, but you don't. Like
You're
that
like, "That's a
creature is
character."
alive somehow.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And Mama Yama is a puppet. I think she's supposed to be a croissant
It's just, I thought she was supposed to be like a.
or like a strudel.
No, I thought she was a yam.
Is she just a yam? Maybe that makes sense with the name Mama Yama. Mama Yama. But it's not Mama Yama. It's
Mama Yam.
Well, maybe in New York.
She looks crazy.
I know. Wild.
Either way, whatever
She doesn't
is.
blink.
Nope. Her lips are what I think of the most. And that sounded weird.
It's like, wow, Mama Yama.
Is there Mama Yama fanfiction?
Oh, of course there is.
I'm gonna look it
There's
up later.
a rule that exists on the internet.
Yes. Which I find hilarious.
It exists. It exists.
What is Mama Yama? What I mean is, like, sometimes people make a face that, like, look like her lips. And so that's where she pops up. That's what
And
I
you're
meant.
like, oh, those Mama Yama lips. Those Mama Yummies.
Not the Mama Yummies. Mama Yama is a yam that represents Ontario. What?
She represents Ontario. Not Drake, not freaking. Well,
She
that's
is the-
Toronto, but
She is the owner of a fruit and vegetable stand in Toronto's Kensington Market. So why does she represent Ontario then?
Toronto's in Ontario.
I knew that.
Ontario is the province. Toronto's the city.
I knew. Well, I knew Toronto was a city. Toronto.
Toronto. Yeah.
Dang. That's so weird.
Represent
Represent.
Mama Yama up in this house. Tree house.
Just bumping. I want to read this.
Yeah. Okay, so earlier today, there was a gift for me in my mailbox, which Grace will now show on screen.
Okay. So this is, it's a business card kind of thing. And I'm going to read parts of it. So it says, Astrology Center, get advice and solution in. And then it lists, it's got like a list of things, love, health, work problems. It says family problems, house protection, enemy problems, depression, marriage problem, property problem,
Marriage problem.
childless couples.
Get your elbows off the table. You're like shaking the
Oh.
screen. Yeah.
Sorry. All religions welcome. 100% private and confidential.
Perfect.
Specialist in bringing back loved ones.
What does that mean?
From where?
From the dead? From like
From their
back in your
vacation.
life because they left you? Yeah, from vacation.
And then the back of the card says the guy's name. A source to solace your life. Gold medalist astrologer. Are there
Guys,
medals?
gold medalist astrologer.
That's up there for sure.
Better than me. I have no gold medals in anything
I've
except
never
for curling.
You actually did. Sorry.
You did a great job.
You
That's a
did.
story for another time.
Sports in school. Okay. And then it says, you can always keep your trust on Astro.
Oh,
What? Trust on. And then it's whatever. His capabilities are to solve any kind of astrology problems within an instant period.
how long is that period? It's instant.
So fast. And then, with every word starting with a capital letter. Here is a unique opportunity to get rid of all your problems, regardless how difficult it is. Life future, a life ship, and we are patched.
I get it.
Life future, a life ship, and we are passengers. Please come and check out what is your life. Any problems can be cleared. Get happiness and prosperity in life. By Pandith's unique. Who's Pandith?
Is Pandith a person or a place? Wait, what does the sentence say?
by Pandith's unique prayers of Mula Mantram and Omkara Mantram, lifetime proction.
Lifetime proction?
Lifetime proction available for dangerous black magis removal. That was
Whoa.
all one sentence. Magis, the magic has an E at the end.
Magis. Or is it Magice?
I don't know.
Maggie.
Life, future, a life ship, and we are passengers. Please come check out what is your life is also all one sentence.
I love it. Honestly,
Oh, that's... And then it's got a picture of a guy with, like, the chakras and stuff. I love misspelled things. With bad grammar. I love it.
can I see that?
Yes. Water into a smooth. Look at that. We're gonna have to
That's
blur
the
out
front.
that phone number.
Yeah, we have to blur out the phone number, but I've debated calling it to see if it like actually works.
But what if it does, and then you're like, you awkwardly have to be like, bye.
Any problems can be cleared.
So, like, it's a one-stop shop for all of your problems.
Lifetime protection available.
It says proction.
Lifetime proction.
I know what it's trying to say. Your brain just corrects
Get advice
it.
and solution in jealousy.
So, if you're feeling... Or if you have a childless marriage,
So
apparently.
there's an address on here. We'll have to blur that out too. But like, I used to live like a block away from this guy. Yeah, for real. And when I worked,
That's hilarious.
when I used to work at a Tim Hortons, and in that parking lot of the spot that I used to work at, I used
one
to
near the
collect
co-op?
these.
Really?
Yeah, because they just
Hilarious.
appear. I had a Toyota Corolla at the time, and they just appear after every shift. A new one in the windowsill, and they were always slightly different. Always, every single. I wish I still had that stack.
Dang.
Because like there was the first one I ever got, which made me start collecting them. On the top, it just said, "Are you depression?" And I was like, "That's so funny."
Are you depressed?
Yeah, it. Some of. If there's anybody listening to this that knows me from the podcast Thought Sprinkles,
Oh,
we
yeah.
talked about it one time on that
Oh,
podcast.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Dang.
Because Leslie also used to like get bombarded with these,
That's
and so we like
hilarious.
we were like, "What? You also have the business cards?" And we like talked about it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh,
So
that's beautiful. Are you?
yeah, let us know in the comments if you're in
are
Calgary
depression?
and have seen these strange astrology center business
The
cards
fact
around.
that they're all different is so funny to me.
It's awesome. It's
Why are they
it's like
different?
Pokemon cards.
Gotta catch 'em
It
all.
is so strange why they're like all different.
Because that insinuates that he's typing them all out individually.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be me. I don't know the words to that song
That's
after
one of my
that.
favorite things to do is to sing songs that I don't know the words to because you can just make up anything.
It could be anything you want. That's
Yeah.
that's life.
And it's mostly just.
What were you saying? Like right before I got distracted with the metal
Oh,
thing?
okay. So the business cards like that
Yeah.
are different every time. Are they typing out new ones every time?
Yeah, they must be like. Well,
Like why?
I don't think all of them are different because I'm pretty sure like they make one copy, print out like a couple sheets,
Right.
cut them to size, and they're gonna go hand them out.
Then why not just use
But
the
there's
same
like
dog?
there's like a bunch of different versions of it that I've received. Like in this stack, like
They're
maybe
we can't use it again.
like maybe a couple of them were like from the same sheet, but like over the stack, like that's got to be like
They're
5
like,
different
we
sheets.
can't reuse it because
Maybe they just ran out. Like I get like wanting to look fresh for your business, switch it up a little bit. But sometimes the phone numbers were also different. So I think they were also like different people trying to do this. It's totally a scam, by the way.
oh yeah.
Like if you find these business cards, like don't call them up.
No, they
have
just
to
want
be-
your money.
Yeah.
Give us your money.
Specialist in bringing back loved ones. ...
It has an ellipses too.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Why? Just why?
I love when it's like
So dramatic.
just one problem, like marriage problem.
You have a marriage problem.
Yeah, the problem is the marriage. No, but it's just so
It's like
funny.
those giant signs in between like cities that are like divorce easy. People really want you to get divorced.
It makes the lawyers a lot of money.
Yeah. You know what? If life doesn't work out, I'll just be a divorce. That's not a thing, but that's fine.
I think that's pretty much all we had planned for this episode. Who knows what we'll talk about next week? If you guys want to hear something in specific, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in again this week. We appreciate you guys being here. Hope you guys had fun. Check out Shai's YouTube channel. It'll be in the description.
Yes.
He's our editor, and we love him very much. Before we go, this episode has been sponsored by the Astrology Center here in Calgary. So thank you very much. All right. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Be linked in the description.
Peace.
All right, bye.